Greetings everyone. I'm going over 4 changes coming to Age of Mythology Retold that are different from the Age of Mythology original release and are different from the Steam Edition re-release. I'll start off with number 1 on this list, which is going to be Second Age buildings. There's 2 buildings that appear in the Second Age that technically weren't really there before. The first is of course the Market. Normally you would get that in the Heroic Age, but is now appearing in the Classical Age. Markets in Age of Mythology work a little differently compared to something like Age of Empires 2. Normally you would need the market to trade from market to market, but in Age of Mythology the market goes to the town center, which allows you to effectively trade with yourself for gold. So getting that an age earlier basically allows you to have another place where you can create units that can gather resources for you. The second building is something called the Villager Center, which is a little different than the town center or the settlement. Settlements are built on prefixed locations on the map, and they increase the max population your civilization can build. And the more settlements you have, the higher your pop cap becomes. Villager centers, though, can be built anywhere, much like a town center in Age of Empires 2 or Age of Empires 4. And they appear in the Second Age in this game, so that's another thing to consider when expanding the economy. You now have 2 different options to do that in the Second Age, which are the Market and the Villager Center. Second big change is the inclusion of auto training. So we saw this in the Xbox releases for Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4. You can set the game to auto train villagers for you, and then also kind of give percentage allocations to how you want the resources to be distributed in those types of games. So and you can also auto train military units now. So these are settings that you can turn on and off, but they are features people will be able to use throughout the game, so you no longer have to do those things. So I'm hoping that would be something that can make more people interested in trying the game or playing it, or make it easier to jump in and get better. As we all know, RTSs have a high skill ceiling, and doing some things that might allow other people to come in and to grow the scene subsequently would be a pretty cool thing to do. I'm kind of glad they're trying this with Age of Mythology as opposed to taking a more established re-release game and just kind of changing everything from there. So this is probably one of the biggest changes, and I'm hoping it is something that becomes something that encourages more people to try the game. Number 3, multiple god power casts. In the original Age of Mythology, you could cast your god power once in most cases. There were a few instances where you could cast it multiple times. I think that was the Chinese feature in the expansion pack that was released on Steam, and there might have been a few others where you could have did that were minor god powers. So that being said, in this case everyone gets to cast god powers multiple times, and that means your first set of god powers you can cast will be free, but subsequent god power casts will be they cost favor, and then they cost more favor each additional time after that, which could open up a lot of different strategies. It wouldn't be possible, for example, to make multiple plenty vaults, kind of like the Feterias in Age of Empires 2. Of course, they cost a ton of favor to keep doing that over and over and over again. So it's making favor a more important resource per se. Number 4 is there's no favor or titan caps. So in Age of Mythology, the original, you had a favor cap in most civilization cases of around 200. And then when you got the expansion, the Titans, you were allowed to build 1 Titan in what would be technically called the 5th Age. And that's kind of done away with here. So what that means is there's no favor cap. Favor is now a resource like wood, gold, and food. And you can keep getting more and more and more and more favor to produce either more and more myth units or more god powers as you see fit. And then also you can build multiple titans now. So where you were stuck on one titan, and if it died, now you can build multiple titans. So yeah, those are the 4 biggest changes coming to Age of Mythology Retold. A lot of the god powers and certain technologies and things like that have also been changed. I think a whole separate video would need to be made on that. I wasn't able to go through all that during my playthrough, but these are 4 of the biggest changes I noticed during my playthrough of the beta this weekend. Thank you.